Всем привет, друзья! Мы продолжаем проходить Final Fantasy 16. В прошлой серии мы устроили небольшой файт в баре, где был еще и Джошуа. Но с Джошуа мы так и не пересеклись. Мне интересно на самом деле, почему игра с этим тянет.
Closed the road, and it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Ruzena Dallimil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means, the wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Ruzena Dallimil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
И как? Расспросить жителей?
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Well, it's not like we've got a reason to.
Поговорите с горожанами, да.
They've shut down the whole mine for it.
Но я не вижу метки.
Anything I can help you with, travelers? Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalimil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Ruzena Dallimil, would you?
No. I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the same.
Блин, ну если она влиятельная, ее он должен был знать, не?
Далимil is famous for its spas, its markets and its smithies. Somebody at one of those.
It's all the fault of this blasted war. The moment they find out you're from the Empire, flat out refuse to be.
Your arms are like iron.
Далеко ушел.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Ruzena Dallimil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Well, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
Понял.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal. How many times do I have to tell you? It's not a toy.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Ruzena Dallimil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand.
And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him. Thank you kindly.
У меня такое ощущение, что голос лодочника — это голос актера, который озвучивал главного героя в игре Vampire.
Ask for further at the baths. If this woman you're looking for is still around, you'll know where to find her.
Прям по-любому он.
Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Furter knows.
Sweet incense! What?
Excuse me. Are you Furter?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Ruzena Dallimil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Так просто?
I know who you're looking for. Go to the bordello and wait there.
Do you think we can trust him?
Only as far as I think he trusts us.
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
Вы издеваетесь надо мной, что ли, блядь? Где там Торгал начал? Красота. Да почему не сразу сработала кнопка-то? О, красота. Я взял другой геймпад. У него вроде проблем никаких нету. Или я стал более аккуратный.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Furter? Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the men of the rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Ruzena. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
Ну, погнали.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here,
Попробовав раз.
have a taste.
Ясно.
The most fragrant herbs.
The finest fat.
Is this the place?
Ubo's Forge. The Briar's Kiss. So it was the young sprig after all. So much for Ruzena Dallimil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're gonna listen to this swaggering scruff!
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dallimil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle. I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dallimil.
The misfortune Dallimil finds herself in is of a crystalline nature.
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves.
Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing. There's cartloads of crystal coming out of Drake's Fang every day. Meanwhile, we're all having to get by with half.
Заходи в последнее копье. Пей до дна, ведь каждая кружка может стать последней.
Master Lubor has high expectations of you.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalimil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
The men of the Rock are Lord Cook's private guard.
Опять идет одна болтовня. Господи.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Oh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have...
Она хотела этот меч отполировать. Я понял.
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered.
Я сначала подумал,
be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking, with pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No,
бедняк.
just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
Давай их купим, у нас денег полно. Клайв.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on.
Блять, у нас денег 131 тысяча.
If Uncle Byron's learned anything of use, he'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Можно было купить и расспросить их. И отдохнуть. Ладно, шучу, у нас Джилл есть. Или нет, я не знаю. Главный герой все время фигней занимается.
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture.
Ты офигела.
What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble
Могу
already?
заплатить.
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
The inn's a mess of blood-soaked splinters, thanks to you.
Почему не могу ходить и просто раскидываться деньгами? Типа платить людям за то, что я им... Ну, что-то испортил, помешал что-то сделать, что-то сломал. Кого-то убил. Блять, не пойму. На ком верху он? А, наконец-то нашел.
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle?
Мне обязательно нужно было самому именно идти к нему.
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere, and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support. What? If things turn sour?
Of course.
Вау. Мало движа. Мне нужен движ. Что, есть смысл использовать Чокоба? Думаю, сейчас как раз таки есть такой смысл.
Fly, Ambrosia.
I'll take it from here.
Блин, мне интересно, конечно, что там будет, но прям вырубает меня очень жестко.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both.
Ой. Я устал слышать пластинку, блядь. Вы бы знали, ребят. Ну и чё стоим?
It's not over yet, Uncle. I'm just getting warmed up.
Киллер? Блин, очень сильно бьет. Прям вообще не хочется убирать его, конечно, способностей. Пока что все идет к тому, что я откажусь от способности Бенедикта на самом деле. Точнее, от ее ветки магии. Ну, точно пока не могу сказать.
I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalimil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon.
Спустя некоторое время.
It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse.
Тебя сейчас зовут Любор, блядь. Что это за имя?
You held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the south gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
Nope. Thank you very much, Greybeard.
Double the...
Here, wear this.
Роза пустыни.
Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubor.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Ruzena Dallimil is back in bed with Sid.
Жаль, ты не девушка. Ого.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
Clive.
Поговорить о торговле кристаллами.
How very fitting.
Неудивительно, что благородные воины Дальмекии и Валуда, часто сражавшиеся бок о бок, решили стать подельниками. Им воздалось по справедливости, и торговцы Далимила будут только рады, ведь без кристаллов многие из них разорились. Уверен, что тебя бы осыпали благодарностями, если бы знали, что ты сделал для людей. Правда, пока мы полагаемся лишь на дар кристаллов, манипулировать нами будет все так же легко. Но люди — жадные убогие создания. Иного пути я не вижу, Клайв. Ты должен разрушить все исходные кристаллы на близнецах и положить конец бездумной зависимости от них. Надеюсь, ты не разочаруешь. Поговорить о Далимил-Ин. Мы живем в благословенном уголке Вилкруа, оазисе с чистой водой и горячими источниками. Уверен, что люди начали собираться здесь до основания республики, а после ее основания побежали сюда еще быстрее, чтобы обслуживать добытчиков из клык дракона и стражи кристалла и прятать накопленное своим трудом подальше от жадных глаз и загребущих рук республиканских сборщиков податей. Законы Ранделлы не имеют здесь особого веса. Далимил давно сам устанавливает правила. Их авторы те, у кого больше денег или друзей. Вернее, так было, пока Кубка не построил свой замок в сердце кристалла. С тех пор мы стали собственностью Титана. Не спорю, его люди щедро тратят деньги, но в управленческих делах или их щедрыми не назовешь. Ты и сам понимаешь, власть хозяев безгранична. В связи с чем также должен понимать, почему те, кто думает о людях, решили сами обеспечить себе защиту, а моя наставница возглавить их. Поговорить о Люборе. У нас с тобой больше общего, чем кажется. Мы прекрасно владеем мечом, на вид красавцы, а заодно оба унаследовали имена своих предшественников. Что? А, ты решил, что я сам выдумал Ружену Далимил? Так звали мою наставницу, а заодно мне достались и титул, и кузница. Понял. Я должен был сохранить ее имя, чтобы хоть как-то отдать долг. Она взяла меня с улицы, позволила ковать клинки, а не навлекать на себя беду. Увы, Ружена ушла из моей жизни так же неожиданно, как и пришла в нее. Я поклялся пойти по ее стопам, спасать других людей, потому и поддерживаю кузницу на плаву, притворяюсь пустынным зайцем, забочусь о сиротах. Знаешь, мне казалось, что обязательства перед Ренсом и Дрикой – главная моя забота, но тут вновь объявился наш бесславный Сид и взбаламутил воду. Впрочем, моих сил должно хватить. Ты только не обижайся, если пустынный заяц не прибежит к тебе по первому же зову. О, дополнительное задание. Подмастерье кузнеца.
Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I. Oh, wait. Are you Clive? Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least accomplished
Худший ученик.
apprentice.
Хорош.
Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalimil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
Да, я помогу.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dallimil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? There's plenty of folk in Dallimil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
Кого угодно.
Right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Блять, он пока давал мне задание 2 раза, чуть не уснул. Жесть какая.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I better get to it.
Еще задание. Ага. Понял.
Take a sniff, good sir. Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
Ну, потихоньку можно начать выполнять и это.
Welcome, sir. What can I do you for?
A question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense.
Put a knife with an edge like Odin's razor in my hand, and I'll make short work of any carcass.
А тут у нас что за задание?
The baths are, closed for scrubbing.
На уборку.
Please bear with us a little longer.
All those years of toil, every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
You all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. the water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalimil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you, go to Dusnov Terraces and tell me what you find there.
Ладно.
All right. I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful. It's not far. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison.
Вот этот
My
квест
livelihood, my very life.
меня заинтересовал. Но уже надо заканчивать серию. Максимум я поговорил бы еще насчет первого задания. Поговорить с горожанами.
I'll be asking for you again, my sweet.
А тут прям огромная эта территория. Ладно.
It's all the fault of this blasted war.
Fucking men of the wrong. Anytime they...
Ah, they've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word.
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. If your knife snaps every time you use it, you'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
So,
Прикольно.
a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Can't you see I'm busy? Unless you'd like a closer look at my knives.
Так, ну туда пойдем потом.
Well, we can make
Hanging lanterns, keep...
Silver platters, made from the stoutest...
Needed to a silken...
My carpets.
Is it true what I...
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dallimil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dallimil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Да, я понимаю.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardly enough.
Это все
if you
задание?
don't hammer it too thin.
Бля,
It
это будет так
sharpens up
глупо.
nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is going to be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
А я... Мне за ним идти или что? Да. Ну, походу, тоже пошел ее искать. Классно. Ну, отправимся дальше в следующих сериях. В следующей серии. Ну и сериях. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь. А главное, комментируйте, чтобы я мог с вами общаться. До скорых встреч.